Hey guys, RIOT Podcast. Hudson's still here, won't leave.
Yeah.
Nikki might come back, I don't know.
I love getting up so early and doing this.
Who wouldn't want to get up that early?
Right.
4:30 is the best. Hey, in the podcast, we do talk about some breakfast foods. We talk about me and antibiotic reactions and how no one ever believes me.
They're all in your head.
Yeah, exactly. We talk about how Hudson's a grumpy old man. Waiting in line for
every day.
For the Nintendo Switch. My favorite part of the podcast, I think, is my ideas for Lionsgate Movie World. I think I have designed a spectacular attraction for that.
Yeah. Well, they haven't. It's a thing, but I don't think they've made it yet. So you better be careful. They're just going to steal your ideas, and you're not going to get any of the credit for them.
Hey, that's exactly. I'll just tell you, Hudson, I was responsible for a large nationwide marketing event that took place. And I never did get any credit for it. I'm just saying.
Aww.
You guys enjoy the podcast. It's the RIOT.
The Worst of the RIOT box set is now available nowhere because we know you wouldn't want it anyway. It's the Worst of the RIOT on Radio U.
As I mentioned yesterday, I have a sinus infection with no runny nose. How do you even do that? Someone explain it to me. Don't explain it to me. The doctor already did. I just think it's really weird. Okay? But here's my question for you, Hudson. I've asked other people this. I get conflicting answers. Do you feel like antibiotics have like a side effect? Like you can tell when you're taking them?
I haven't noticed that as much.
Okay. That's what almost everyone says.
Yeah.
When I take antibiotics, I feel kind of strung out.
Okay.
I have a tendency to be really nervous and like irritable, I guess. I don't know how else to describe it, but not like I'm not irritated, but it just seems like almost anything I'll get more worked up about very easily.
Okay.
And I swear I don't sleep as well either. Now, a lot of people will say that's the infection. Like you're sick, the antibiotics are helping you with that.
Sure.
But I don't start feeling that way until I start taking the antibiotics. Do I feel a headache, all those things, sure. But once I start taking the antibiotics, then it's like, it's a thing. So what do you think, Dr. Hudson?
What they say is your body, you know your body better than anybody else. So if you really
there are a lot of people that want to know this body. But it is true. I know it pretty well.
Yeah. So if it's in your head that you think that the antibiotics are throwing you off, it may just be as much of a thing, even though it might not be an actual technical side effect.
You guys already said, if in your head you think, that right there tells me what Hudson thinks right now.
Yes.
It's all in my head.
I'm trying to be supportive, but I still think you're wrong.
Okay, well, I will tell you this. I have gone, if you go to your doctor and you're like, hey, this doesn't make me feel good, they'll be like, no, that's not right. You're crazy.
Yeah.
But if you go to a pharmacist and talk to them and say like, hey, I don't think this makes me feel good, they will have a completely different story than your doctor. Because I actually had this medicine I had to take. I ended up taking it for about 18 months, and I finally quit because of the side effects.
Yeah.
My doctor said, this medicine has no side effects. My pharmacist was like, oh, yeah, lots of people. Like, here are all the things that people report from taking this medicine. And I even said to my doctor, I'm like, why does the pharmacist say this?
Yeah.
But you say this. And he was, I don't even remember what he said. Threw me out. I have a new doctor now. I'm not allowed to question him. He told me to stop reading WebMD, and that was it.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
All right. So Hudson says it's in my head.
Yeah.
That's a great way for me to start the morning. It's all in my head, guys.
Mornings are for coffee and contemplation. Coffee and contemplation.
And the RIOT. Obviously. Radio U.
How many movies have you seen this summer?
5 or something like that. If you're going back to like Memorial Day.
Okay.
Something like that.
That's fair. I don't know. Let me see. I did a bunch of movies in May. In May, I saw, what came out at the beginning of May?
Guardians of the Galaxy was
Guardians
in May.
of the Galaxy 2. I saw Alien Covenant.
Okay.
I think there was another May movie. I did eventually see Wonder Woman. I did see
Spider-Man.
Yep. Thanks, Hudson, for knowing the movies that I've seen.
Yeah.
That's
Baby
4.
Driver.
I saw Baby Driver.
Yeah.
That's 5. Man, I can't remember anything I've seen. Let's just cap it at 5.
Yeah,
5's good enough,
I think
right?
we've both seen 5.
So I feel like you and I have done a pretty good job of contributing to like the summer movie going season.
And I mean, I would have maybe seen 1 or 2 more that I missed out on. I never got to see Dunkirk, but other than that, like I haven't had a lot of other stuff that I feel like I've missed out on.
I also have not seen Dunkirk, which I do consider that to be definitely a hole in my summer
your
movie
resume.
viewing experience.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly that. Like that's something that needs a little work. But that being said, I feel like at 5, you and I have done really well. But according to Hollywood, Hudson, our 5 movies each, not good enough.
Of course not.
Not good enough. And I'll tell you why. Hollywood right now says they're having the worst ticket sale summer in 25 years.
Oh, no.
25 years.
Yeah.
Now, when you start digging and looking, I was like, well, wait a minute. What do you mean 25 years? So they are marking it as May to Labor Day.
Okay.
And they say that as far as money goes, this will be the first summer that hasn't crossed the $4 billion mark since 2006.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. It's really tough.
I shed a tear for that.
I know. Well, I actually, if you guys want to know, I do have a Patreon for Hollywood where you guys can give. You just give a monthly amount.
Sure.
And so maybe that will help
them stay afloat.
Yeah, it might. But they are saying that ticket sales are down 32% from last year when you look at last weekend.
Okay.
So apparently whatever we're doing last weekend didn't really pan out. And they just say it's the worst. Like they say, as far as the actual just ticket sales go, it's.
I think I'm gonna have to say Hollywood, like who's to blame? It sounds like you're kind of pointing the finger at us that we're not going to the movies enough, but maybe it's because there aren't very many good movies anymore. And this is somebody who would go to the movies every week up until about, I don't know, November or so, and there's just not been a lot of good stuff. Like I said, I've seen 5 or 6 this summer. I've maybe missed out on 1 or 2. Normally, there'd be enough for me to have said, I went to 15 movies this summer. It wasn't a lot.
I would say my average summer is what I've done. 5 to 10 movies, depending on the summer. But I feel like this summer it's had a lot of things in it that I'm just not interested in.
Right.
I wasn't interested in Transformers.
Right.
I wasn't interested in what else came out in May?
Well,
I wasn't interested in Baywatch.
Yeah, of course.
I was mildly interested in King Arthur, but that's out on Blu-ray now,
Yeah.
so it's just whatever.
Yeah, the comedies we had this summer none of them looked good. At all.
No, not at all, dude.
all.
Not at all. Let's see. What else do we miss? What else came out in June that we're going to say we didn't want to see?
Yeah.
I did see Baby Driver.
Yeah.
I didn't see Despicable Me 3.
Yeah.
I have a tendency to like those, but, I saw The Mummy. All right, I'm at 6 movies.
See, and it wasn't good, so.
It was not good. It was bad. Cars 3, didn't see that. Though, I'll probably rent that. I know that I may be alone, but I liked Cars 1. I even think Cars 2 is a little underrated. Didn't see Valerian in the Curse of 1,000 Planets or whatever. I think it looked terrible.
Yeah.
I didn't see War for Planet of the Apes.
No,
that was one I actually
see
wanted
that,
to see.
and it was really good.
You did see it?
I did see that. See, I think we have a couple different, because you saw The Mummy and Alien, and I saw Planet of the Apes. And I think other than that, we're kind of synced up.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Nothing July's been a pretty dry month for him. So I guess what I'm trying to say is we all need to get out there and either see a movie, or I guess what we really need to do is just, instead of going to the movies, just send our money straight to the studios.
Yeah, why not? I think they'd like that.
We'll just take up a collection, send them money so they can continue. Because, they haven't even made $4 billion yet, guys.
Yeah. The part that keeps me up at night, we paid them for this. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Hey, Nintendo Switch. Do you have one yet?
No.
Do you want one?
If it was free.
A free one.
Yeah.
Would you line up somewhere to buy one?
Oh, for sure not. But I really wouldn't line up to buy almost anything, so don't feel bad, Nintendo.
I always feel like if you're lining up to buy something, No. Like, I mean, if I'm going to get something, if you want me to line up to get something for free, I feel like I can do that.
Sure.
I feel like lining up to buy something, I'm not saying I haven't done it.
Yeah.
I've done it multiple times, but it just feels like, wait, what are we even doing?
Well,
like,
when it's something like technology, it's like odds are, obviously, maybe with Nintendo it's a little different, but you can probably get it a little bit later without waiting in line. You can just kill an hour walking around the mall, and then once the line has died down, you go back. But I don't know.
In this particular case, that's not true.
Okay.
Because we've got a retailer in Tokyo that had 105 Nintendo Switches.
Okay.
They were not giving them away.
Yeah.
They were not even randomly giving them away like, hey, one person in this line is going to win a Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
Nothing like that. They just had 105, and you were lined up for a chance to buy one. And I said a chance.
Wow.
3,000 people showed up. So what they did, they had to wait in line outside this retailer. Then the retailer issued everyone a raffle ticket, basically, but it was free. You didn't have to pay for it. So everybody gets a ticket.
Okay.
And then once everyone had received a ticket, they had a lottery to see who got to buy the Nintendo Switches that they had.
Jeez.
So that means that out of 3,000 people, 2,895 of those people walked away with nothing.
Right.
Then again, they still had $300 in their pocket. But
and a raffle ticket.
And their ticket. Like, I was there at the Great Nintendo Switch waiting in line event where I got nothing. I didn't realize the Switch, I knew it was kind of hard to get.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize it was this hard.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's a Nintendo thing right there.
It is. They're always not making enough.
Yeah.
Always
and
not making enough.
I don't really understand that. Like, they're a company that's been around for a long time. I know that building factories and whatever, like, manufacturing is expensive, but, like, if you can't handle it, then why are you making video games? Well, like, why are you scaling up? You need to be scaling up your operation, I think, is what they need to learn. They need to watch some Shark Tank.
The one thing about Nintendo that's interesting is that of all the companies, they operate completely in the black.
Yeah.
Nintendo has no debt, and they never sell anything at a loss. So, like, for example, when the PlayStation 4 came out, the parts, they say, I don't know to what extent, but cost more than what they sold it to you for.
Okay.
So it was $400 to buy it, but it costs like $400 and however much to actually build it. Nintendo refuses to work that way. And so my assumption is that Nintendo always plays conservative numbers because they don't want to end up in any kind of debt where they have too much of something laying around that they can't sell.
Okay.
As a consumer, that's pretty darn frustrating.
Yes.
Because I already know that I'm going to probably have to at least have 2 or 3 fist fights this fall if I want to get the Super Nintendo Classic.
Yeah.
So
or you could pre-order it.
Well, not yet.
Not yet, but maybe.
Maybe eventually. So then I could get
But you'll probably have to get a ticket for that, too.
I could get in line to pre-order it with the hopes that they have enough pre-orders to meet my desire to have one.
Yes.
Because even pre-ordering doesn't always help.
Right.
So, dude, I will say this. I heard a rumor online that GameStop was going to have some Switches this week. It sounds like I'm joking, but I guess like they've been stockpiling them and they're having some kind of an event. I heard a bunch of retailers are doing that.
Wow.
So I saw GameStop and Best Buy. I don't know. I hope that helps. And I know it doesn't.
Send your complaints regarding that worst of the riot moment to Fire Obadiah at radiou.com.
It. You know that movie about the clown?
I've heard of it.
Floating down here.
Yeah.
And
it's
scary.
a book, isn't it?
Book. Yeah, it's a book.
It was a series, I think, of
TV
some
miniseries
that
most people just think was a movie because you just saw it on Netflix.
Yeah.
Or wherever it is these days. I don't know.
And you've seen the pictures probably from it.
Scary clown.
Yes.
Not interested.
Yeah.
Like, not interested. And I saw yesterday that they have released the It VR experience.
Come on.
You'll get a chance to walk around the town, they said. Go into the sewers, and yes, see the clown.
That sounds wretched.
I'm not interested in that.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
I don't want to see a good clown.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a scary clown. Yeah, but Hudson, like, you don't like virtual reality anyway.
I know, that's what I was about to say. This is what we're using virtual reality for. Like, I can see how it could have some good applications, but we're like, what if there was a terrible, scary clown? You could experience it in virtual that's horrible.
Yeah.
Those are like, it allows you to experience things you can't experience in real life. Why would you want those to be terrible things?
Well, because some people feel like, and I don't completely agree, but they think it allows you to explore your terror without having to actually live it from a safe place.
Well, they're wrong.
That's why they watch horror movies. Like I'm not much for horror these days, but whatever. But my question to you, Hudson, is what would it take? You have been a complete grumpy old man on all topics virtual reality. So what would it take? Like, what is the experience in virtual reality that would make you go, okay, all right, I'm in?
I don't know. Give me... Okay, one, stupid head goggles that take you out of real life.
Okay, so that's what you hate that.
Because I'm going to be moving around a room and then I'm going to run into a wall or something.
The Guardian system takes care of that. A little grid pops up to show you, hey, Hudson, you're about to hit a wall.
Okay.
So there's that. So, all right, that's not a thing.
People in the room, objects, and just anybody. Okay, even if you're not worried about hitting other people.
Okay,
somebody
which is
else
not,
sitting
just to
in
be
the
clear,
room.
It's not a thing. Like, that's not going to be a problem.
Okay.
So go ahead.
You tell me that, but have you ever seen yourself?
Yes, I have. Okay, but that's the thing, Hudson. It's not about what other people are seeing for you. It's about what you're seeing inside the headset.
But what I'm seeing in the headset, there's no way it's as cool as uncool as wearing a headset is.
So you're saying there's just no way that it could balance out. The uncool so outweighs the cool that it just can't even.
If you can make virtual reality, let's say, instead of putting on goggles, you just let me walk into the room. The studio, with the press of a button, becomes a virtual reality world.
So a holodeck, like Star Trek.
Yeah.
Okay.
That changes things.
You're game for that.
I think it's kind of dumb, but maybe.
All of the intermediates in between here and holodeck are completely out the window.
Yep.
You're just done. Because Hudson, I feel like you just made an argument against dancing. You're like, it makes you look really stupid. You might bump into people. I don't think I want to do that. But if I could turn this room into a dance club, you'd be 100% game.
That's actually that's a great analogy, because that's exactly how I feel about dancing.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not just going to go dance here in the middle of the room with nothing going on. But if everybody else, if it's a dancing environment, then sure.
Hudson, I need you to lead the way on dancing and virtual reality, dude. People are going to do what you do. So if you start dancing, you're going to be in a room full of dancing people. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck with those goggles on, and a scary clown is going to be stalking you. So, you're going to have to make some choices about your life, Hudson. Do you want to experience the scary clown, or do you just want to sit in a chair and stare straight ahead? Because that's where you're headed. You're like, I don't want to walk. That makes you look dumb. I might bump into people. Just saying. Your arguments. You got a real grumpy old man vibe going on that.
The Riot talks about wanting a day off, but when do we get a day off from them?
Whoa! You suck at this!
It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
I feel like one of the most important things I've been doing in Nikki's absence is just getting to know Hudson a little bit. And, I know my stance on Taco Bell, but, where are you at on Taco Bell, Hudson?
Taco Bell is every once in a while you make the mistake.
Okay.
Restaurant.
All right. So, do you consider it to be a full-on cleanse, or is it just that afterwards you feel like you're sweating taco sauce?
Probably closer to the second one. It doesn't make you feel good. But,
right.
I don't know if I have as an extreme reaction to it as maybe other people do.
Yeah, I can eat it. A lot of times you eat something and maybe you might say, I'm too full, but that's fine. But it usually takes, 2 or 3 hours to really start to hate yourself.
Yeah.
But with Taco Bell, I feel like by the time I've reached the parking lot, if I go in and eat, as soon as I'm outside.
Well, first mistake right there is eating inside a Taco Bell.
It's happened. The last time I ate at a Taco Bell, I was on a road trip, and one of the people I was with was like, come on, let's just go to Taco Bell, which we did. And, I tried to be selective about the menu, but seriously, we stepped outside. It's 95 degrees outside, and I started sweating, and I was just like, I swear I'm sweating mild sauce right now.
Yeah, right.
This is where mild sauce comes from.
Yeah.
You eat the food, and then they come out and you sweat into a bucket, and then they put it in those little packets. That's where it comes from.
Ew, that's horrible to think about.
What are you talking about? It's perfect. Well, look at this, dude. This might be perfect for you, Hudson, because you're all keto, right? Taco Bell has announced that starting August 31st, and I could be getting it wrong, so you'll have to tell me.
Okay.
They're going to introduce the naked egg taco. So you go in, you take your clothes off, they cover you in egg. No, that's not it. The naked egg taco is a breakfast taco where instead of like a corn tortilla shell, it's an egg.
Ugh.
So they just take an egg, it's flattened out, and then they're going to wrap the stuff.
Ugh.
Isn't that basically just what a... what do you call it? You make it in the skillet. An omelet is. Yeah. Isn't that what that is?
It's just an omelet. They just didn't close it all the way.
Basically, yeah. So, but you're against it?
Oh, I mean, I don't mind eggs and whatever, but I don't. The one thing that's worse about Taco Bell for me is when I've had their breakfast, it is terrible. And then, like, the idea of a Taco Bell egg that is going to be the vehicle for my food, that sounds absolutely terrible. The other thing about Taco Bell is every time you eat it, like, it doesn't actually taste that horrible, but it just feels very low quality because it is. It feels like you're eating like cat food or whatever.
When you if you're eating Taco Bell, like, you are lowest common denominator food.
Yeah.
Like, all the way at the bottom.
You went with the cheapest stuff and you accepted that, but now, like, you're living with the fact that the quesadilla feels like it's filled with Friskies or whatever. And like, that's just not an idea. Like, when it comes to eggs, I really don't want to have whatever kind of nasty eggs that they're using, or fake eggs, as the case may be.
Man, I didn't even think about it from that perspective. Like, if Taco Bell's going to do to eggs what they've done to meat, who wants to experience that? Like, who wants to experience that? That being said, I want you to know that the photo that they released looks spectacular.
I'm sure it does.
Because you got sausage, you've got cheese, like a quesadilla, like cheese, or runny cheese, I guess. And then you've got tater tots, then like shredded cheddar on the top. I can't look at the picture anymore. It makes me hungry.
It's not a bad idea. I wouldn't mind actually putting home fries or something like that in a omelet.
You can't have that.
I've never even thought of.
Oh,
I can't have it now.
I've done it, but you can't have it, Hudson.
Yeah, I can't.
That right there, that's not keto.
Yeah, so maybe that just looks extra good because I'm on keto because of the diet, but that is a good idea. However, not from Taco Bell, it's not.
Yeah, all right. Well, you know what? August 31st, it goes nationwide, and I'm not going to lie to you. It could just be that I'm hungry right now, but the more I stare at it, the more I want it to come over here.
It's The Riot.
I really didn't like it. It just bothered me.
Radio U.
Hudson, I thought about you last night when I was looking at something.
Okay.
It's actually a company that I have looked at before, but I thought it was too much. It's called Movie Pass.
Okay.
So Movie Pass is basically Netflix for actual movie theaters.
Okay.
Where you would go in and watch a movie, et cetera, et cetera. And I think it was... I know AMC did it for a while. I don't know if they still do, but you paid... I think it was about $50
$50
to do it, and it was unlimited movies per month.
Okay.
So if the only limit was, I think you could only see one per day.
Okay.
But you could see up to, I guess in February, 27 movies in a month, but anywhere from 27 to 31 movies a month.
Sure.
And you just paid this one flat fee, and that was it.
Right.
And different movie chains did it. AMC did, Cinemark did, Regal did. Well, they made a big announcement yesterday. Basically, their business is tanking. Like, it's not working.
Yeah, because that's too much.
So they are now offering $10 for unlimited monthly movie theater visits.
Wow.
So for $10, you can go as much as you want.
Yeah.
And they say basically you are the product. So I don't think you have to fill out a form, but it will basically, they're reporting your movie watching data to other places. And that's it.
That's interesting.
It's $10 to get your movie watching habits.
I could be interested in that, because normally, like, I would go to the $5 movies. And I would go like once a week. So that'd be about $20 a month. So you're actually saving me a little money. And if it was more expensive, the problem is there's, like, going to AMC, I guess you're getting your money's worth because it's like $25 a movie there. But
it is not cheap.
But like, still, like, $50 a month, it's like there's almost not enough movies, even though I love going to the movies, to make that worthwhile. But $10 a month, I could. That's very tempting.
Whoa, dude, this is interesting. This is brand new. So last night they came out with this idea of like, hey, $9.95 a month. This is how it's going to work. They said there are 4,000 movie theaters that will take it.
Yep.
No blackout dates, $10 a month. Now AMC says they're going to sue them over it, saying you can't do that.
Of course, it's AMC.
Of course, well, it would be because they are. I mean, you're right. If you're going to an AMC theater, you are going to pay top dollar.
Yeah.
And I don't care what they say, you're not necessarily getting a top dollar experience.
No, I was going to say the worst movie experience I've had since I've moved, like since I started at Radio U and changed cities and whatever, was the AMC. Had a gift card, and it was actually really was a $50 gift card, and I think it got like 2 tickets and a little extra, and it was terrible in the theater. It was not a good experience at all.
No, my preferred movie theater of choice is a regional chain that I go to. And as Hudson said, they do $5 movies and stuff like that. But, you figure you do at $10 a month. If you had the time, you could really rack up some movies that way. Like, even if you only went once per day, which, to be honest, is a lot more than I'm going right now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to the movies once a day right now.
Once a week, you'd get your money's worth. Although you might feel obligated to see some movies that aren't good just to get your money's worth.
It's something to do.
Remember when we said things couldn't get any worse? We were wrong. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Yesterday, I totally got sucked into a piece of sponsored content.
Uh-oh.
I don't think that's ever happened to me before. Normally, I'm just like, whatever.
Maybe if Twitter or Facebook is lucky, you stay on the ad for like an extra second before you realize, and then you're like, this is dumb.
Yeah, but I got sucked into a piece of sponsored content, and I feel bad about it. But I still want to talk about it.
Okay.
Because
this is therapy for you.
It is. Let's
work through this.
This whole show is therapy. Hudson, you haven't gotten to the place where you've started sharing your problems.
Right.
Except for the peanut jar.
problem, yeah.
But I feel like that would be on therapy. That was something completely different. But yesterday I saw on the Nerdist, which is a website that I do frequent and like. They were showing off something called Recoil. And then, of course, I think it might have been at the bottom, I saw sponsored content. And I was like, oh, crap. Like, I've read this whole thing. I watched the video and I liked it. Basically, Recoil is laser tag.
Okay.
But what it does is it uses your phone. And like you've got a gun and you plug your phone into it and it's got a GPS on it.
Okay.
And so, your phone has a GPS.
Yeah.
So then it plugs into your Wi-Fi and you go set up a Wi-Fi router in an area and you basically play laser tag in this area. And you can do things like you could have like a Call of Duty, like call in an airstrike, and it literally strikes a certain area on the map, quote unquote, where you are. And your phone is reporting your GPS coordinates, and you end up dying or taking damage because of that.
That's actually, it sounds like a lot of hassle, but like the actual end product sounds really cool.
If you could get it set up,
you
might really be onto something.
Yeah, because like you're thinking if you want to play stuff like this, you probably want to be where there isn't Wi-Fi already. So that makes it a little difficult. But like if you just want to play like around your house or some kind of building or whatever, could be really cool.
Do you want to hear it? Great. Like, are you a laser tag person? Do you like to play laser tag?
Yeah, I actually do. I haven't played it for quite a while, but I would.
I used to play laser tag a lot. I loved it. Like going places that were specifically laid out for laser tag, put the vest on, all that stuff. It was a ton of fun. And we went to an event in Nashville, Tennessee. And we played laser tag with a bunch of bands. Okay. And I won. I won 2 rounds of laser tag, actually. And there's a band. I'm not going to say who it was, but he was cheating. He was covering up his sensors.
Oh, no.
And he actually said to me, he goes, I just said to him something like, hey, you're cheating. He's like, yeah, I am. And I said, it's cool. We're never playing your band again. And then I just ran off. And
they've never been heard from since.
I'll just tell you this. The guy found me afterwards. He's like, hey, bro, I'm really sorry. The whole point of doing that event was they want you to play with these bands so you get to know them as people and hopefully you'll play their song.
Right.
So when I just blurted out at him that we weren't going to play his song, I imagine it was terrifying. But it's like, yeah, I'm going to tell the label rep too what you did. I'm going to tell him what you did. But it's okay. We played their song.
Ever wonder what Nikki is doing when she isn't rioting? Find her Twitter feed at riot.radiou.com. Obadiah's is there too, but who cares what he's doing?
Wait, what is this? Hudson, this story has to be yours. Hunger Games is getting a theme park?
Yeah.
Is that real?
It is real. What is happening is Hunger Games and Twilight, and then this made me laugh a lot. I feel like I should save it for later in the story, but what's this other place?
They said it's going to be called Lionsgate Movie World. It's going to be in South Korea.
This is what made me laugh. That there's also going to be Now You See Me as part of this theme park. As if that has a big enough following.
Well,
the Magic movie.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. The only thing I was going to say is that you don't know how popular something might be in Asia versus how popular it is now.
Yeah.
Maybe in South Korea, Now You See Me is one of the most highly rated movies of all time.
It's very possible. I mean, you almost think it has to be. But yeah, that's happening in South Korea, Lionsgate Film World. Yikes.
Yeah,
Movie World, I'm sorry.
Okay. So you've got Twilight, Hunger Games, and Now You See Me. They're all going to be part of this theme park.
And then don't leave out their upcoming Robin Hood remake.
They're doing another Robin Hood?
That's what this story says.
Didn't we just... No, I guess it wasn't that
It was
long.
a while ago when that Russell Crowe one came out.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of Robin Hood movies.
I've never seen that.
Really?
Russell Crowe
I saw that
Robin
in
Hood.
theaters, and that was before I used to see things in theaters a lot. It was just some random, like a friend was like, let's go to the movies and see this. And we saw it, and it was fine.
Okay. Yeah, I never, I'll just say the press was enough where I was like, yeah, I don't know. Probably not.
It hasn't really aged well, I guess. People don't really remember it.
I bet I could pick that up for $1.
Yep. Probably.
So go spend $1 on it and then not watch it at all. That's a great idea. So, Lionsgate's going to have their own theme park in South Korea. I realize that nobody wants to hear just a hater, but can I just tell you that I think that theme parks are hugely disappointing. I don't think I have ever gone to a theme park area where I've been super excited about it.
Right.
I mean, I did Star Tours at Disney Hollywood, and I'm not going to say that wasn't cool. Like, it totally was.
Yeah.
But it's such a small part of the experience and stuff that it was just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. When you go to this is going to be, I'm assuming, a little more expansive than that.
Yeah, that's just one little. So now
I don't know if that's going to make it good.
Well, no, not necessarily. Okay, so Hunger Games, oh my gosh, dude, there's so many great things you could do here.
Yeah.
With the Hunger Games, it's obviously going to be some sort of a game that involves a bow and arrow.
Right.
But for Twilight, you could do a blood donation station and you could have it be part of the Red Cross. So it's you've come in and you're whatever, find out what it's like to actually be bitten by a vampire. Donate a pint of blood to the Red Cross. Get a free cookie.
What
do you think?
I mean, I don't like Twilight, but I guess if you painted it as a vampire thing, it might be a cooler way to give blood.
Boom! I've got it. This is even better. Okay. There's a small area of the park that's the Hunger Games, right? And when you get tagged out, it's going to be an elaborate system because we don't actually want you to die. But if you lose in the Hunger Games, you have to give blood at the Twilight donation station. But if you win, you get to get a cookie, even though you don't get it.
And you get to keep all of your blood.
Yeah, it's perfect. Boom. Dude, I'm telling you right now, get me on the phone to South Korea and get me a translator, too.
We can just do this right here. Is there enough of a market?
I win, so you have to give blood. I'm at the top. So, or you could be PETA and I refuse to kill you at the end.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Since we're a team.
You can go back and start baking us bread.
Nikki and Obadiah. Obadiah and Nikki.
Love, hate, hate, love.
All right, everyone in, let's go!
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
What is this that you've got here for me?
Okay.
Android's new operating system, Android O.
Yeah, speculation is running rampant.
Okay.
Because apparently it's supposed to come out pretty soon. They said late in the summer, and it is late in the summer.
Hey, you can go all the way to September 21st, my birthday.
Technically.
That's the last day of summer.
Yeah.
So,
but
they got a whole 5-6 weeks here.
Yeah, most people would say Labor Day. So regardless, in the next month or so,
they're wrong. Hudson, you just want to go with the crowd, just whatever they say.
Yes.
Let's do that.
In this case, the majority rules. But we're a few weeks away from the end of the summer, so
Okay.
Android O should be coming out soon. When it comes out, we'll find out what dessert name they go with for it. And speculation is running rampant about what that might be. Of course, we had nougat most recently, but people thought it was going to be Nutella until they announced that it was nougat.
Well, you know what? That just feels like a licensing dispute.
Yeah, probably.
Because nougat, man, that's in everything. Nobody owns that. Nutella, though, and all of a sudden you're paying people.
Well, speaking of licensing, there's speculation that they could be licensing out a certain drink name for this.
Orangina.
Orangina. I don't even know how to say it right.
Have
you seen it?
No, I would call it Orangina, but I mean, I haven't, had it before.
But that's so off the beaten path, I guess. I mean, I've seen it in stores, and I kind of laughed at the name and never had it. And now they're considering, well, at least people are speculating. There's been a few little hints thrown out. Apparently, Best Buy entered something into their system under that name for the Android O and whatever. So people are starting to wonder. Now, of course, Oreo or maybe even oatmeal cookie or orange creamsicle. There's a lot of other more obvious names, but all those obvious names, Nutella was the obvious name for Android N, and that's not what they went with.
I know that they have done licensed products before, like Android Kit Kat. But my guess is, I think that's the only licensed one they've done, though.
I think so. Ice cream sandwich, marshmallow, lollipop.
See what happens there? They end up with one licensed product.
Yeah.
If I were to guess, and I don't know this, but if I were to guess that, Kit Kat, because it was the first one, they probably went cheap. But then all of the companies are like, well, if you want to call it Oreo,
yeah,
there's going to have to be a lot of money that's going to change hands here because a lot of people want those watermelon Oreos during the summer. You know what I'm saying? Because there's just a lot of cross marketing there. So you're going to have to pay
Oreo
big.
would be expensive, but maybe Orangina is they're just looking for that big break. Now they're owned by Dr. Pepper, Snapple, whatever. Maybe they're like, we really want to get this off the ground. I mean, it's not a new drink, but we want to get it off the ground. We want a boon for Orangina. This is it.
Okay, look at this. Their description on the bottle.
Yeah.
Sparkling citrus beverage with natural pulp. Let's take that apart for just a second. At no point does it say that it contains oranges. Now, it says it has natural pulp. You assume that it's orange pulp, but they don't say that it's orange pulp. Who the heck? That could be pulp like wood shavings for all we know.
Yeah.
You don't know what kind of actual pulp that is.
It says 12% juice.
But does it say 12% orange juice?
No, but I would assume that's because maybe there's mango or tangerine or lemon or something like that in there, so it's not just orange juice because it's citrus.
I'm telling you right now that's not something that I want to drink. That whole thing is based on lies and assumptions. But I guess I'll take an Android update. My phone, I'm almost on 3 years on the same phone right now.
Wow.
So I just got, what the heck was N? Nougat?
Nougat, yeah.
I just got Nougat not long ago. It's fine.
The Riot.
Apparently some of the less athletic types go nuts for this stuff.
Radio U.
We all missed out on a chance to get free pizza last night.
What?
Crap.
That's worth going off keto for.
Well,
where was it?
Maybe you couldn't have got it. You could have got it at Cheesa.
What's that?
That's the chicken pizza where the chicken
oh yeah
crust.
Do they
and then
have that at whatever this place was?
No,
I don't know what the place is.
No one has that. Nobody really has Cheesa. It's just something you say.
We have to, as any keto people listening, Get with me on this. We have to be obnoxious enough, like gluten-free people and vegan people and whatever, that finally restaurants have to go, all right, we have keto options. Here's a keto pizza. Shut up.
Exactly that. Shut up. Whatever. So yesterday, here's the deal. I don't know if people care or not. You guys tell me. StarCraft Remastered came out yesterday.
Okay.
So that's a game that launched a million years ago, but now if you already own it, you got the update. It's playable in 4K.
Okay.
You know, it's a game that's huge overseas. It was big here, but like it never got quite as big as it did everywhere else. But apparently back in the day, people would have StarCraft LAN parties.
I believe that.
So if you don't know what a LAN party is, that stands for local area network.
Right.
So everybody would come over, bring their computer, and of course you would order pizza. So
Obviously.
what they wanted you to do was last night, have your friends over, have a LAN party, and then take a picture of it and use the hashtag StarCraft me some pizza.
Okay.
And then they were picking people online and sending them pizza.
Oh, that's nice.
It seems like a great idea, but man, you don't know how many times I've tried to have a LAN party and people are like, I ain't coming to your stupid party. Forget it. Like, there were several multiplayer, both competitive and cooperative games that I thought would be a ton of fun if we could all play in one room. Like, yes, obviously we can play on Xbox Live.
Right.
All these different things. But like, look, grab your freaking TV, bring it over here. Let's play together in the same room. It'll be so much fun.
Yeah. It is different. It is different, and it's a better experience in some ways to do every once in a while.
People look at me like I'm a crazy person. Just like, why would I bother coming over to your house to do that? It's like, well, we can hang out. It'll be fun. No. I'm not leaving my comfy chair to come to your house.
Two things. One, I guess maybe people that play video games might have a tendency to be more introverted in some instances. Maybe that's part of the problem. But two, one day, maybe I'll catch up to you and I'll have the same system, and then we can have
do
a LAN party, because I do it.
See, okay, well then, Hudson, we might need to set that up, because Hudson and I have a few classics that we both like, including Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I have an Xbox 360. You have an Xbox 360.
Yeah, right.
Maybe that's just what we need to do.
Yeah. We'll really go old school.
Maybe we should have Hudson me a LAN party. That's a hashtag. And because we still need Left 4 Dead, that's 4-player, dude.
We could invite Nikki, and it could be another Riot Skips Work. Everything is a Riot Skips Work. Let's skip work all the time.
Nikki's not going to play Left 4 Dead 2. And if she did, she would cheat. She's a notorious video game cheater. That's how she plays.
Thanks for listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh no! I missed it! Do it again!
You can hear us live every day on the Radio U network through the Radio U app or at riot.radiou.com.
Hudson is your Daily Mail.